Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and in this video I'll share with you 38 idioms regarding people. So let's get started. Apple of one's eye, a person or thing that is precious or loved above all else. Richard is so attached to his daughter that he would do anything for her. She is the apple of his eye. Big shot, an important, powerful, or influential person. The company's big shots are getting free trips to Hawaii this year. Big fish in a small pond. A person who is considered important primarily because the place or setting is small. I accepted a teaching position in a small village overseas because I will have responsibilities that I wouldn't be able to get for years in a big city. I like the idea of being a big fish in a small pond. Pond. Blue blood. A person or animal that is an aristocrat or from a noble family. The young man's parents did not want him to marry the woman he had chosen because they considered themselves blue bloods and thought their son was too good for her. Blue collar worker, a person who earns a living doing manual labor or generally uses his or her body rather than his or her mind to earn a living. Sam works on an assembly line mass producing clock radios. He is a blue collar worker. Bull in a china shop. Insensitive to delicate situations, to be so clumsy that one breaks things accidentally. Tom was a bit of a bull in a china shop when he met his girlfriend's family asking all the wrong kinds of questions about her relatives. Chip off the old block, very much like one's parent. Now that Raphael has grown up, he and his father are as different as night and day. But when Raphael was younger, he was a chip of the old block. Eager beaver. A person who's very excited and enthusiastic about pursuing some activity. Paul just discovered jogging as a form of exercise and he went out and bought new running shoes, a new tracksuit, and all the other gear that goes along with it. He is a real eager beaver about jogging. Fish out of water. A person who is uncomfortable in a situation or doesn't belong in a particular environment. Joe felt out of place at the fancy dinner dance like a fish out of water. Good egg. A person who is basically good or sound, but who may be slightly peculiar. George knew that John was too cautious to drink very much, so George asked him to be a good egg and drive him home. Jack of all trades. A person who knows a little about a lot of different subjects or activities, but not a lot about any of them. Walt is good at so many things. He can fix the plumbing and wiring in his house. He fixed his roof when it leaked. He installed his washer and dryer. He paints the house when it needs it. He's really a jack of all trades. The position in the company required someone who knew everything about a very narrow subject. They weren't looking for a jack of all trades. Lame duck. A person who holds an office but has little real influence because he or she has not been re-elected. The board of directors chose a new chairman to take over running the company. The old chairman had a few weeks left before he had to step aside, but his worker no longer feared him because he was a lame duck. Low men on the totem pole. A person of lowest rank. Mary eventually wanted to become a manager. But since she had just joined the company, she would have to be low man on the totem pole for now. Old fuddy-duddy. A person who is old-fashioned and not open to new technology or ideas. Tom is a bit of an old fuddy-duddy. He refuses to get a mobile phone or a computer. Salt of the earth, a very dependable and unpretentious person. You can count on Ruth to be there when you need her. She's the salt of the earth. Stuffed shirt, a man who is dull, pompous, and self-important. Stanley is a bit of a stuffed shirt. He's arrogant and pompous, and he tries to make everyone else think he's so important. White collar worker, an office worker. This company doesn't employ any manual laborers. Everyone who works for this company is a white collar. Wet behind the ears, young and inexperienced. They haven't had much experience teaching yet. They are still wet behind the ears. All wet. Wrong to the point of being silly or unbelievable. He's all wet if he thinks I'm going to believe his lies. Filthy rich, extremely wealthy. He started the leading software company in the world. He is not just a little rich, he is filthy rich. First rate, best quality. George did a first-rate job on these drawings. I have never seen better. Footloose and fancy-free. Able to go anywhere and do anything that one wants. Carefree. Michael didn't want to get married. He wanted to remain footloose and fancy-free. Green around the gills. Sick to one's stomach, nauseated. The sight of blood always makes me green around the gills. I always get sick to my stomach. Keyed up. Full of nervous anticipation, anxious, tense. Charles was so keyed up waiting for the wedding to begin that when it finally did, he dropped the wedding ring. Knee-high to a grasshopper, very young. I was just knee-high to a grasshopper when I first went fishing with my father. I couldn't have been more than 5 years old. Too big for one's britches, to be sassy or arrogant, or to act or speak disrespectfully or inappropriately for one's age or position. His father told the little boy that his behavior was not acceptable in their house. He told the boy that he was too big for his britches and he would be punished if he continued to misbehave. Upper crust, the highest level of society, people who are separated from ordinary people as being elite, either by economic or social position or both. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip and the other members of English royal family are members of high society. They are upper crust. Up to snuff, meeting the minimum standard requirement as good as is required. I wasn't very happy with the last batch of dresses that came off the assembly line. The button fell off easily, the seams were not straight, and the quality of the fabric was poor. The dresses really went up to snuff. So this is the end of the video. Please like, subscribe and share, and tell me in the comment section if you want more videos like this in the future. So take care, bye bye.